Good afternoon. Welcome to the Academic Pentathlon Coaches Meeting. The format of the meeting today is just a short PowerPoint presentation. If you have any questions, type those into the question box and we'll answer those at the end of the presentation. My name is Charlotte Hudspeth and I'm the Executive Director of Extracurricular and Extended Learning Opportunities. I want to get started today with just sharing with you how we support you at the campus for all things related to coaching. We provide you the study materials you need when we're in person for competitions. We provide transportation, registration fees, meals for students, incentives, awards, and training for you throughout the year, and stipends or supplemental pay. So as the academic pentathlon coach, I think it's important for you to know that we have really started trying to provide some vertical alignment at the elementary level for middle and to the middle school and to the high school. So we've had Lone Star Challenge now for, 4-5 years or more. And so hopefully that you're at the middle school level, you're seeing some students that have participated in Lone Star Challenge and they're interested in being in pentathlon. I know from our high school coaches, we've gotten great feedback that you at the middle school level have done a great job with providing that vertical alignment from pentathlon to decathlon. So thank you for agreeing to coach this year. We really appreciate you taking on something additional to your already hectic schedule. I want to quickly go over some of the programs that are new this year from our department. We added esports last year. It was a huge success. We're expanding on that this year. We also added middle school cheerleading. And at the high school level, we added Social Impact Challenge, which is the district's response to the Aspen Challenge that we participated in for several years. And we also added Link Crew, which is a freshman transition program that not only provides mentorship for freshmen, but also provides juniors and seniors the opportunity to participate in leadership and service. I want to quickly introduce you to the Student Activities Department staff. They are a great dedicated group that makes all of this magic happen week after week. Your primary contact person for all things academic pentathlon is Leonidas Patterson. He's also responsible for secondary UIL, academic decathlon, social impact challenge, Link Crew, and his counterpart in the elementary area is Noelle Spear. She's responsible for academic UIL, Destination Imagination, TMSCA, and Lone Star Challenge. She's also responsible for the on-site activities website for documenting all campus-based activities. Angie Nuno is responsible for chess and esports. Christina Martinez is responsible for middle school and high school cheerleading, newspaper, yearbook, social media trainings, and also assists with the activities website. And Erica Guzman is responsible for transportation, supplemental pay, and budget. Vicki Beeman is our office manager. If at any point you need any information, you can always reach out to us. But Leonidas is your primary contact person for pentathlon. You know, participating in extracurricular activities makes such a difference to students and to coaches. We've gotten great feedback that coaching has really improved teaching in the classroom. They've used some of these same techniques that they're using in coaching and applying them to every day in their class. We had in 2015, 2016, the goal that every student would participate in at least one extracurricular or co-curricular activity each year. While that's not a per se district goal, we are still tracking participation. It is part of your campus rating and the local accountability system. And so we really want to encourage students to participate. Hopefully you'll get a great group that want to participate in academic pentathlon. But again, thank you for taking on coaching. We know that involvement changes the school experience for teachers and students and changes the climate and culture of a campus. So thanks for doing your part and getting kids involved. When we have face-to-face competitions or virtual, we expect all students to abide by the Student Code of Conduct. In pentathlon, especially, no cheating. They need to be respectful and honest. Coach expectations, same thing as if we're in virtual or face-to-face. Please be respectful and follow all the guidelines. When we go back to transportation and riding the bus and being face-to-face, if you have transportation, you're expected to ride the bus with your students. Otherwise, just be parent provided transportation. So you should have been designated by your principal as the academic pentathlon coach. You should have gotten an email saying your principal's designated you, you signed the agreement. That lets us know, yes, I know what the terms are of this agreement, and it also allows us to pay you in Oracle. If you don't recall ever seeing that email or signing that agreement, go back and ask your principal if they've made the designations in the system. You can have 2 academic pentathlon coaches because you can have 2 teams, and we'll go over that team information in just a second. But if you haven't been designated, you can check with Leonidas if you're not sure, or your principal, either one of those. But we need you to agree to understand what your requirements are and to go ahead and sign that agreement. So team information, each school may have 2 teams. So you can have 1 7th grade team, 1 8th grade team, or you could have 2 7th grade teams or 2 8th grade teams. If you have 6th grade, 6th graders compete with 7th graders. Your team consists of 3 students in the honors category, and you see that grade point average there, 3 students in the scholastic and 3 students in varsity. Our schools do things differently. Some have this before school, some after school, some have a class. It's like a competition class, and they prepare for pentathlon during that class period. There's really no one right or wrong way to do it. Everybody just seems to make it work. This year, the theme is the Cold War, and your novel is The Secret Showdown Between America and Russia. For the district meet, you can have up to 5 students in each category. And we do that so that you can see who does the best. If you're trying to limit the numbers, if you've got a huge group, and you always want to try to recruit more than you really need, because kids get busy, they drop out, they can't participate, and you need a minimum of 6 in order to receive your coaching stipend.
Charlotte.
Yes.
On the 5 students, is it because they have 2 teams? Is it 5 or still 3? Because they have 2 teams for academic decathlon is 5, for pentathlon is 3, because they already have 18 kids because they have 2 teams.
Okay. Okay, so important dates. This year, the state is doing a pentathlon virtual training. If you would like to attend that, there's a registration link. You will receive a copy of this PowerPoint presentation. It will be on our website under Academic Pentathlon. So you can go to that link and you can register for that training. The district competition is November the 7th. It will be a virtual format and there will not be essays. And then the region competition is April 10th. We're not sure if it's virtual or face-to-face yet, so that is to be determined. Field trip requests. Okay, this has changed just a little bit. The main thing that's changed is where you go to request this field trip information. So you're going to go to this different link, do request new trip, enter your employee ID number, and then just follow the steps. It's very easy to use. Just make sure you're going to the correct site this year. Again, Erica Guzman is your contact for transportation, and her cell number is listed there. Feel free to reach out. Just as a reminder, there is not any transportation available for the fall semester. So again, resources. You will be given everything you need in order for your team to be successful. The copies of the novel, the study guides, you'll get 24 of those. You'll have the opportunity to participate in that training day. And then Sue Clifford is our person. She's been doing this for years now, that verifies all the grades. And her contact information is there too. But again, anything related to stipends or training or any of that information, reach out to Leonidas. He's your contact person for Academic Pentathlon. And with that, I'll answer any questions you might have.
Charlotte, I might have confused them about the team size.
Okay.
You have 9 people on each team.
Mm-hmm.
So in the district for academic decathlon, they have 1 team. So we let them bring 5 kids per category. But for pentathlon, you bring 3 kids per 3 students per category. Does that make sense? Because the number of kids, but it's virtual, so.
Yes, that's
But
right.
it's up to you, Charlotte, to make that decision.
Well, I really look at it this way, and we can discuss it more, but if you have a larger number of kids that would like to participate, I don't really have a problem with more than 3 per category participating at the district level for the exact same reason we do it for decathlon. You know, when you get to region, you know who's really put in the time, who's really dedicated to doing it. And if it becomes who gets to participate, then you have kind of a little preliminary competition within your own school to see who advances. So since it is virtual, it's not really going to be an inconvenience on anyone's part to have more than 3.
Good. Hey, a question. How will it work virtually? And will we have proctors? Do they need to be on campus?
We'll get back to you on the specifics of virtual. We did this last year, and it'll be very similar, if not the exact same to that. But as we get closer to that time, we'll give you step by step of everything that you'll need to know.
And did we have the calendar dates? They're asking for calendar dates. I think they were in the PowerPoint presentation. November 7th is, there you go. November 7th is the district competition, and April 10th is the regional competition.
Yes.
And they're asking, as far as the GPA goes, is there a specific person we need to ask on our campus, or does that vary based on campus?
It varies based on campus, but usually the counselor is your contact person for that. But Sue is also really helpful. If you get the transcripts, Sue Clifford can help with, kind of going through what the verification is for that.
There's a comment about the fall competition. This is not a question, but a huge shout out. Fall competition was a huge success despite us having to compete virtually. Great job. Thank you. They're asking about the essay competition in the district competition. No, there won't be essay competition in district, right. But yes, there will be essay competition at the regional competition.
Yes.
One more question. Do we still complete the field trip request even if parents drop? Yes, parents, even if anytime you take kids from a campus, those permission slips have to be filled out. Those are parent permission slips. That's saying that they can compete and they can travel on the bus with you to this contest. And you're responsible for them at the contest. How many teams advanced from district to regional, Charlotte?
It depends on where the score breakdown is. We would love to send everybody, but it is a cost to the district. And so it's kind of like what I mentioned with your students and having them kind of compete with each other to see who advances. If we have a district team that just has a very poor showing, then there's no sense in spending money to advance to region. So it'll just really see where the point breakdown is. But it's possible that everyone does.
And I don't think there's any more questions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay,
we have another question.
We have 2 more questions.
Okay.
So the virtual competition is held at a particular campus?
No. No, it is not.
We're not having any live competitions, and we're not paying for any transportation. So it's going to be your kids are going to participate from their home. Any advice for new coaches, Charlotte?
Well, call Leonidas a lot. He's more than happy to help. You might want to reach out to another coach, and if you're willing to mentor someone, we can, email Leonidas and he'll share your information. But I think the most important thing is just stick to the study guides that you're provided. You're really, truly given every resource you need. And it's the most successful coaches put in some checkpoints and really kind of work with their kids, not just right before the competition. You know, you can't wait until 2 weeks before to learn all of that information. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Stay connected and get involved.